What a year it has been for him. What a 2-year stretch it has been for him. Unbelievable. 10-0 now in PFL. He wins the $1 million once again. He is the king of the lightweights. He closed the show on Friday with the win over Clay Collard. What an absolute amazing run it has been for the Canadian gangster, the pride of Montreal, the pride of Quebec, the king of the 155-pounders. And maybe that's it. Is it really it for OAM? I don't believe it. Let's ask him right now. There he is, Olivier Aubin-Mercier. Olivier, my friend. And by the way, a lot of people jumping on the OAM bandwagon these days because of your success. I just want to let you know, through 2 jobs, OAM, through multiple studios, we still have it right here. Still have it after all these years. The Canadian gangster fanny pack. We've never wavered. I hope you know this, Olivier. So, félicitations, mon ami.
Merci, c'est trop gentil.
So congrats, is what I just said. You did it again. Are you exhausted? How tired are you right now? I feel like you're exhausted.
Yeah, I am, but exhausted but happy, you know. It was pretty emotional. The last 2 days were pretty emotional, you know. I was happy to come back home yesterday. And I'm happy to see my girlfriend, and I'm happy to see my daughter. So it's nice. It's really, really nice.
Why so emotional? I know that may be a bit of a weird question, but are you typically emotional after fights, or is this because it might be the end of this chapter in your life?
I think because it may be the end, you know. The strange thing, it's like for sure I wanted to end my career in a good note, but truly I didn't feel anything when I won, you know. I didn't feel anything about the sport. And but I was really emotional about seeing my family and seeing the people I like, and I think that's a good sign that it may be the end. You know, it may be time to stop it. You know, because it's not normal that you don't feel anything when you win one of the biggest fights of your career. You know.
Wow. So you're saying on Friday you didn't feel anything?
Friday, like I didn't care. I was just. Like looking forward to see the people I love, you know, and people were like, "Yeah, you should be happy. You just won $1 million." I was like, "Yeah, that's true. I won $1 million."
You never felt this
And
way?
the all day, the day I fought, I didn't think I didn't think about the million. I didn't think about anything but to finish the career on a good note. And I think it showed that, yeah, I think this is the end. I know you don't believe me, but I really do think that if I don't start the fire again in my inside me, like it won't happen. I don't think it's a good idea for me to fight again if I don't have this fire, you know.
Sure. And so were you thinking on like Friday morning or fight week or leading up to the fight, this is the last one, or was that a feeling that hit you after the fight?
Bro, it hit me last year, you know.
Wow.
Last year I was like, fuck, I don't know if I want to stop now. And then they called me. They said, "Oh, we have a good fight for you. We have Shane Burgos." And I was like, "Ah, fuck. Okay, let's do this one, and we're gonna see." And I remember, okay, my mom, you know, my mom, she like really respectable, and when I started MMA, she was like, "I don't want you to start MMA because I'm scared of you getting hurt, and I'm scared of what's gonna happen," you know. And they came to Las Vegas this year after the Shane Burgos fight, and I told my mom and my dad, like, I don't know if I'm gonna finish the season. I don't think I'm gonna finish this season this year.
Wow.
And she told me, "No, come on, 3 more fights, 3 more fights, Ali. You can." I was like, "What? Money changed you, mom."
Wow. So where did you find the motivation?
It's pretty funny. When I wanted to start MMA, she was against it, and when I wanted to stop it, she was against it again.
How did you find the motivation then? Like that's.
Oh, there was no motivation.
There was
no motivation.
Really?
No, there was no motivation all year. Like I was there every single day at the training. I was there. I didn't want to do it, but I was there. I did my homework, you know. I didn't miss a day, and I was smart about my training. But the motivation was not there. I didn't want to go everyday training. I wanted to stay at home. But you know what? We are athletes. We have to find we have to find something. It's my goal. My life was about fighting. All my life was about fighting. So I knew it was the last year, and so I said to myself, you know what? Like, you're gonna push until the end, and you're gonna go 100%, even though you don't like it anymore, you don't want it anymore. Go 120%.
Mm.
And that's what I did. I've never been that good.
I disagree with the last part of your statement, but I understand where you're coming from. Did you feel this way last year in New York when you won? Like, did you think there was a chance last year after that fight that you were done, that was your last one?
No, I last year I really thought that I was going to take a little break, because I was tired of the year, all year. I was like, okay, man, let's take a little break. But then, like I said, they told me, we have a good fight for you. We have Shane Burgos for you. So I was like, okay, let's do this year and see what's up, but it was too fast. It was really too fast. That's the hardest part. It's like you finish a season and then you have 1 month, and then they tell you, oh, you're gonna fight this guy. You have to start training again.
Yeah.
And then that's it. You have no vacation anymore. So it's that was too fast for me, I think. If I took maybe a little bit more break, maybe I would have like some more juice in me, but not anymore. Like it burned me.
Do you think part of the burning is that this tournament is so exhausting, and maybe in this world now where there's this Bellator product where you can do one-off fights and maybe just fight once a year or twice a year max, that would be better for you? Or do you think the candle is just completely out and it's impossible to get it back, the fire?
Well, like right now, I don't know, but I doesn't feel like it. I feel like I want to be in vacation for a long time and maybe have other project. But we're gonna see. Maybe like in a year, I'm gonna do a GSP of myself. But like the thing is, GSP was able to do it perfectly. But not a lot of fighters are able to come back after a year or two off. It's pretty dangerous for MMA fighters to come back after that. So I'm gonna see. I think I'm smart with those decisions. I know when it's time, when it's not time. And personally, I do feel this is the end.
By the way, GSP, legend that he is, 4 years off he took. As crazy as
Yeah,
it's.
it's crazy, insane.
Yes, it's
I
absolutely.
was worried. I was worried, to be honest.
For him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, of course. We get older, it gets slower, but I mean, he's just one of a kind. And so for you, what do you think you will do other than like just chill out and be on vacation? How are you? You're still a young man. You still have a lot to do and a lot of time on this earth. What do you think you'll do?
I don't know. I think I'm pretty good with communication, especially in French. In English, I do suck ass, but I think in French I'm pretty good. So uh, I think I receive already I receive a lot of call,
Wow.
for TV. So that would be like a good avenue for sure. But the good thing with PFL, like they gave me so much, um, and one of the things they gave me it's freedom. And right now, I have the freedom to do anything I want without even being stressed about money. I could be a barista, I could be a pizzaolo. I don't care. I could do anything. Like the only thing I need right now is something new. I cannot be like in vacation for like forever.
Sure.
Like I think some like a human being need a goal in life. And I think I need a new goal, and that's gonna be the challenge the next couple of years. Although it's tough because athlete, like the sport we do, it's us. It's our personality. This is us, and then the day you're not doing your sport, it's not you anymore. So it's really hard, I think, for athlete to accept that. And I think that's going to be a challenge for me for the next couple of years. That I'm not the kick-ass motherfucker that I used to be. there's something special of being a fighter, and I'm not anymore. So it's gonna be interesting, but I have to be careful. I do think I have to be careful. Uh, like I said, to come back maybe 2 or 3 years later for the wrong reason,
Right.
So that's worrying,
Do you have any contractual ties to PFL anymore, or is it done after this fight? Could you do whatever you want?
Well, I wouldn't say whatever I want. Like, I don't think I can go fight in UFC.
You can't. Well, you're not a free agent. You still have like if the UFC called you and said we're coming back to Montreal, we want you on there. Could you do
I'm
that?
pretty sure I can't.
Okay.
I don't know, like for sure, but since I'm the champ, I don't think I can. Um, so no, not whatever I want, but like for sure, me in my mind, like I would like to help PFL maybe in other ways. Like PFL gave me so much, and I'm really thankful to them. So I don't know if they want to look for a new challenger in Montreal in Canada, but I think I would be a good scout to find those guys. I don't know. I would like to help them, but we're gonna see.
I don't know. I don't know if regret is the wrong word, but it's been a while since you fought in Canada over 4 years. Been a while since you fought in Montreal. Any sadness over the fact that you couldn't fight? As you're doing so well now, couldn't fight back home.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sad. Well, like I said, all the not all the door are closed. If PFL give me like the opportunity maybe to do one last fight in Quebec, and money is good, a friend of mine are on the show, uh, because I don't just want it to be about me. I want it to be about other Canadian athlete too. So if that is met, maybe I'm gonna think about it. But for sure, it's gonna. If this is the end, I would be a little bit sad that I didn't fight one last time in Montreal. But this is life. It's not always your way.
So they have this, just to be 100% clear, they have these plans of Bellator champion, PFL champion. Most likely you're not going to be a part of that, right?
Well, I don't think so. Like, I feel bad because when they told us about that like this week, and that was my plan was done.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but then I think Usman got cut. I
No,
don't know what
suspended.
happened there.
He got
Yeah,
suspended. Right.
he got suspended. So I was like, oh well, at least they won't do like a face off.
Sure, he wasn't there. Yeah. Although I'd love to see that fight just selfishly, but I can understand if the motivation isn't
Yeah.
there. Of all the champion versus champion fights, I think that's the most interesting one.
Yeah, I think so. I think Guzman, by the way, is a great athlete. I watched a lot of his fight, and I was doing some of his technique, in training because of him. So yeah,
Wow.
that would have been good.
Mentally, when you have no more motivation and you're in this grind and you're fighting for time, like how difficult has the past year been for you to find some kind of juice to keep going?
Well, it's weird because um you don't have juice, but you have no pressure either.
Right, that's
So
true.
I guess that can help. So I guess that can help. I was going in fights like, oh, okay, let's go. Like, if I win, I win. If I lose, I'm in vacation, and it's my it's my goal anyway. So I was not. I don't think it was a bad thing. I think I was so much calmer than all those years. So yeah, I don't know. I think it play for me.
You have talked a lot about how much GSP has meant to you and what he means to all athletes, not only in Canada, but Quebec specifically. Did
Mhm.
you remember feeling a certain way about the way in which he left in 2013 and 17 and thinking, I would like to do the same? If you are done, this is a pretty incredible way to go out. You've won your last 10 in a row here,
Mhm.
2 back-to-back championships. Did that mean something to you? And in a way, are you trying to replicate that?
Not really. I don't like. I got told for so long that I'm the next GSP, and I knew I was not the next GSP. You know, GSP, what he did was so amazing. So for me to try to do everything the same way as GSP would be wrong. And I think the day I understood that I was more vocal, I think I was maybe a little bit funnier in an interview. Like it really played for me. You know, I finally became something else. You know, I'm not just the guy that is supposed to be the next GSP. So, like for me to finish it my way, it would be great. I'm happy with that.
Did that annoy you when people were trying so hard to compare you to him and say that you were the next him when you were coming up? Were you frustrated by that?
No, not really, because you know you're young, and me, I start MMA because of him. You know, I saw him in a TV show and decided to start MMA, to quit judo and start MMA instead. And so for me, he's important in my life. You know, it's the reason why I start this crazy adventure. So no, I was not mad at that, but I did feel some pressure when I was younger, though.
When you left the UFC a few years ago, did you consider retiring before signing with PFL? Like, was there a part of you that said I was done back then?
Yeah, bro, it was a weird it was a weird time. I said that like a lot of time in the past interview, but you know, it was during the COVID era when I was at that point. So I was training, but I didn't know why I was training. You know, was I training for a fight, or was I training to go see my neighbor and take his food? You know, like I didn't know. I didn't know if it was the end of the world. So, it was a weird time, and it's true. I didn't know if it was the end for me in MMA. But I believed in myself, and I believed I was getting better every day, and I continue, and PFL was, yeah, like they got me in, and then they gave me my first fight. I got hurt. I had to wait again, and I was like, oh man, am I getting older? You know, I got hurt in my eye, and I was like, I don't think it's normal that I received just a little like punch, and my eye exploded. And the doctor told me like, oh no, that's kids have that. So I was like, oh okay, I'm not getting old. If kids have this kind of injury because of a balloon they receive in the face, like I'm not getting older. So okay, let's take a little break, let's start again. Then I did my first fight for PFL against Morrison Eld, which I won. And then at that point, I didn't skip a fight, and I won all of them. So 10-0 in PFL after that.
Incredible. By the way, your right ear here, is that dot over there? Is that what is going on over there? Is that from? Oh my dear.
Yes?
Yeah, yeah. What is that dot there? Is that because you got it drained?
No. I don't know what happened. Like that's another thing. You know, you fight so like always. So I had this for 6 months
Wow.
because I'm wrestling, and like the skin
Oh my dear.
like went away, and then I train, and then I train. Oh, now it's get better, but then I train again, and then it get away. So for 6 months I had this. So I'm pretty happy that if I talk to you in a year, this is not gonna be there
Okay.
anymore.
Perfect. Does it hurt?
Nah, yeah, it hurt. It hurt like hell.
What you?
It's a freaking hole in my ear. Of course, it hurt.
Do you wear headgear when you train?
No,
When you wrestle?
come on.
Well, I mean,
I'm a Canadian gangster. What are you talking about?
But what is
You
it? Oh my
headgear.
god, that looks
Oh
so
my
painful.
god.
Golly, that looks miserable. Jeez, Louis. And then you're
Yeah,
fighting
it's
guys
pretty
with
bad.
that, man. Which victory are you happiest about? Like, which one? If someone says to you, "I want to watch the best of OAM," what do you say to them?
I think against Anthony and the last one too, against Bruno were pretty good. Against Shane, I think I was really tactical, really good fight, and I think I'm pretty proud I did a 5 rounder against Collard. You know, a guy that is known for having a good cardio. And look, I do think that I was better everywhere than Collard. But the only way he was going maybe to beat me if is with the cardio, you know. So I'm happy that I was able to do the 5 round with him. So yeah.
What are you most proud of as far as what you've accomplished in your career?
The 2 belt, and the last 8 fights. You know, like yeah, I'm 10-0 in NPFL, but it's really the 8 fights in 2 years that it's freaking insane. You know, and I said that in a lot of interview. Sorry, you're not the first, but you know, you can be a UFC champion and you can be a PFL champion, but it doesn't mean that you can be the other one. You know, a PFL champion not necessarily going to be a UFC champion, and the UFC champion cannot necessarily be a PFL champion because it's so different, and the challenge are so different. So yeah, I'm really proud of that.
You should be. What a stretch for Montreal. Alouettes win 2 weeks ago, then you. Did you watch that Grey Cup?
I didn't,
Oh, come
but
on, man.
like during the interview in French, I did a little wink, you know, to the players. But other than that, no, a little Easter egg in my interview there.
I love it. Well, congratulations. Well done. Congrats on the win and also an incredible career. You know, I have a lot of love for the Quebecois, and it was great to see you burst onto the scene. And then when you were at this crossroads, you could have went left, you could have went right, you went right, and you've enjoyed incredible success. And one could argue the most amount of success out of anyone outside of GSP over the last few years coming out of Quebec. So it's a really beautiful thing. Well done. You deserve the break. A lot of Joe beef, I feel like, in your future. You could just stuff your face now and eat as much as you want. So that's well deserved.
Yeah, bro. If you come in Montreal, tell me. We're gonna go eat there.
I would love that. I would love that. Thank you so much for the time, and we'll talk soon. And happy holidays. And again, congratulations and congrats on an incredible career, Olivier. It's been a lot of fun watching you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for everything. Everything what you've done for me and for all the athletes. Thank you so much.
Merci. There he is, Olivier Aubin-Mercier, the winner of the lightweight tournament, 10-0 now in PFL. He walks away as champion, just like GSP did back in 2013, just like he did back in 2017 after beating Michael Bisping. What a freaking run. The last 3 fights that this man had in the UFC, Alex Hernandez, Gilbert Burns, and a guy named Arman Tsarukyan, who's headlining the UFC event this weekend against Beneil Dariush. That's an incredible run. Prior to that, wins over the likes of Evan Dunham, Drew Dober, Thibaut Gauthier, David Michaud. Remember, he was finalist on the Ultimate Fighter Nations series. That was Canada versus Australia. Lost to Chad Laprise. Man, I haven't heard that name in quite some time. His last fight was in 2018. It's been a while since we've heard of Chad Laprise. And boy, I hope that there are young fighters out of Quebec and out of Montreal and out of Canada that are watching Olivier have this great success and are inspired, because Lord knows we need some new talent out of not only Canada but Quebec in particular. So great to see the Canadian gangster. What a character. It was fun when Reebok made this for him with the stash. Sad to see him go because he's in the midst of the greatest run of his career. But if you don't got the motivation, you don't got the motivation. And pretty remarkable that he didn't have the motivation and was still winning and won the whole damn thing. Unbelievable.